Finally, welcome everyone to the Puck Drops here. Well, it's Peter Fivefoot. Welcome everyone to the Puck Drops here. This is Peter Fivefoot. I came in a little late, but we've got some soccer, the only stream of the day. There was some soccer earlier. My New York Red Bulls played. They, believe, beat New England, but I don't have MSG on this computer, so it's not on this TV, so I was not able to do the game. We got LA Galaxy Portland right now in the first half. In the 39th minute, as this is kick to center. Hey, what's going on? Kick to center, and it will be taken there by Cascante. Then along for Andres. Andres spun it back to Sebastian Blanco, who took the pass, waits and holds still, and goes back to the point. It can be taken there by the defensive back, who we actually saw the last time I did that. That's Mabiala, Lars Mabiala, and then taken away by LA. Booted there and scooped away and passed back to the left back. And they'll go to the line. Holds and controls, where it will be booted out of bounds off of a Timber leg, so an LA Galaxy throw-in. He'll throw that one all the way back, and then it will get lobbed down for a chance for the Galaxy. And here they come. They're down 3-0. Here's the centering pass, and it goes to the goalkeeper, who rises on it. He'll fake the throw, fake another throw, then go for the drop kick, then finally fake that and toss it back where he can get it back and go to kick here. LA Galaxy has always been the better team, but Portland is a slightly better team. They're both really good teams. They're both some of the best teams in their conference, even though LA right now is having a down year. LA has the most championships in league history. But both are powerhouses in their conference. But the surprise right now is that instead of it being like no score or 2-1 Portland or 1-0 LA, it's 3-0 Portland with 40 minutes played in the game, which is we're not even at the first half, and it's 3-0. The team that should be winning is, but not by this much. It would be like if the it would be like, I don't know, the Lightning were playing the Capitals or the Bruins, and it was 4-0 with 5 minutes left in the second period. Like, it's Tampa Bay versus Washington. You could expect Tampa Bay to win, but not by 4-0. Here's the pass. They're looking for 4-0. Centering there, dropped it off and intercepted, but taken back and held by the left back. To be kept along. Centering back to the line, make a fake that to try to get into the zone. They go for the cross. They have a chance. They don't go there. Fakes it still. Holding, and pressure, and back a line. They go to center, and then it will be booted back for Navial, superstar right back of Portland. Timbers warming to the task. They're able to keep this ball in play, and then, just like that, it is intercepted by LA. LA needs 3 goals to tie it, and a desperate race throughout the Western Conference. Portland was expected to win this game, as I did say, but not by this much. We'll take a look at the table, and Portland is third in the conference, as Chara touches that, and is expected to. But actually, I didn't know that. LA Galaxy actually have really fell. I thought they were like 8th in the conference. They have the worst record in the conference, and this is a fallen giant. This is a team that have won a lot of championships, but they're They are the worst in the conference against the third worst, against the third best team in the West. So you look at how the table can go down like that. LA not eliminated, but this would help if Portland wants to clinch, knowing that the defending champions, Seattle and Sporting Kansas City, have already clinched playoff spots. My second favorite team is in fourth place in the West, and that's Minnesota FC. They have not clinched. In the East, however, very interestingly, all playoff spots have been clinched. Philadelphia, Toronto, Columbus, Orlando, New York City, the New York Red Bulls, New England, and Nashville. The expansion team. So Montreal will not go in. Miami, Chicago, DC, Atlanta, and Cincinnati are eliminated. But when you think about the Western Conference, it is wide open. It handed off, and here's also the thing with LA. If they lose this game, guys, they're eliminated from the playoffs. Very interestingly. So Portland actually was expected more than what I had said. So here's the thing. If Portland wins, I don't know if they I don't know exactly if they would clinch. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go, guys. This is perfect. I didn't realize I picked the perfect game. If Portland wins or ties with the Galaxy, they go to the playoffs. If LA ties or wins, they are not eliminated yet. If they lose, they will be eliminated. As first half is over. Portland 3, LA nothing. So now that it's halftime, it's going to take a while. Just you can entertain me if you want with like questions and comments and stuff. So that's what we're looking at now. So, we'll wait still as we go through halftime. Just not too much to really do here. Although, just anybody, if you want, like Josh, I know you're excited to come on to the stream. If you want comments and questions, would be really appreciated, and it would also kind of keep me busy until halftime's over. But World Series last night, yeah, that was pretty crazy. What do you guys think about, speaking of crazy, the incident with Justin Turner? That was unexpected. I didn't even know about it until this morning. Halftime. Here comes the boring part. Yeah, it's kind of no, but this is time where Josh, you want to ask me questions or comments or whatever, just about anything really. This is perfect timing. But that's interesting. I just did this game because I love soccer and I like to broadcast it, but I didn't realize this game is really actually influential. This game means a lot. It's not just a soccer game. Again, I will tell you the statistics of what can happen here. If LA ties or wins, they stay alive in the playoffs. They're not alive in the playoff picture. They're last in the league, but they still have a tiny chance. If Portland ties or wins, Portland goes to the playoffs. So there's actually a scenario where Portland could clinch a playoff spot and LA could stay alive, and that's if they tie. If LA loses, they're eliminated from the playoffs. And this is a team that is the winningest team in MLS history. They've kind of gone downhill a little bit, but this is one of their worst years in the 25-year existence of the league. They've been great since the early 1990s and now, so. So that's how it works there. Huge game for Portland, big game for LA. It's a larger game than I thought. I mean, every game is big in soccer because of the points. That's why you think like that's. I kind of came into it going, just like you. What's the deal with the ties? What's the deal with the ties? But I came in thinking that too, and I was like, well, what if you just tie all the time? And then I realized that if you look at the way the points are, every game is 3 points in every league, or like you get Well, you get 2 points if you tie, more points but other teams will be starting to try to win and get 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. So if you're just playing for the tie the whole time, it seems like it's almost like a losing streak in soccer sometimes. So that's part of the reason why you don't see as many ties as you think you see. You see a lot more in other sports, obviously, but it doesn't happen all the time because later in the season, especially, teams will rev up. They know that they don't want to go ahead and go, oh, we tied, we got our points, and other teams right behind them in the playoff race just throttle right in and get more standings on them. This is straight in the playoff. But 2 points for a win, 1 for a 2 loss, and egg for a loss. No. It's 3 points for a win. Oh, yes, in the NHL, that's how it works. Yes, NHL, that's how it works. But in soccer, it's 3 points for a win, 2 points for a tie, and none for a loss. Right now, they're interviewing the LA Galaxy coach who, he's got 45 minutes to score at least 3 goals and find a way to tie it or win it. Or, I mean, they'll still keep playing games, but the season will be over. They won't be going to the playoffs. And if you're wondering, the playoffs it is different. If you're wondering the playoffs, it's the top 8 in the conference, just like in hockey. I believe it's 1 through 8 in soccer as well. I believe that's how it works. Although there are less, I believe there's 14 teams in the conference, not 16 or 17. And 14th in the West is this Los Angeles team. And 3rd in the West is Portland, as I was explaining. The number 2 team already clinched. That's the defending champions, Seattle. And Sporting Kansas City, who was great a few years ago, but then kind of fell off the cliff, but have been making an amazing resurgence, are back on top of the mountain in the West. They have the best record in the West. They have clinched a playoff spot. But as funny as I was saying, every team in the East has clinched a playoff spot, and all the other teams are eliminated. But in the West, there's still 7 spots left with no one eliminated yet until unless, what happens tonight in the Western Conference. So the East is done. The East has been clinched. Just has to figure out who seeds where, who's playing who in the playoffs. But the West is wide open. But the thing with the West is that it's almost like the old 90s hockey Western Conference, because I'm feeling that the teams that are going to end up 1, 2, and 3, Sporting Kansas City, Seattle, and Portland are going to be the teams that are going to be there the longest in the playoffs. Like, these are the best teams in the West, and these might be singularly, just playoff-wise as well, the best teams in soccer in the MLS. It's interesting, and a lot of soccer fans I know they love, and I know kids at school, and I always go on like social media and on Twitch and stuff. There are a lot of European people who love their soccer, but they don't want to touch the MLS at all. I love European soccer as well. I love nation soccer first, like the Euro Cup and the World Cup, and I like Premier League and Liga and all those European leagues, but because it's American and North America, and it's just easy to just find out. It's easy time zones and stuff. It's easier for me to follow MLS than it is, even though the level of play is not as good as some of those other leagues. So I watched the MLS. It was really cool. The MLS Cup final last year, when the Seattle won the championship. I watched that, and that was the same day as the Texans choked to Kansas City, and the same day that Jack Hughes went into Vancouver and had a big game against his brother, Devils Canucks. That was a really interesting game. I like a Premier League and Serie A. Okay, I like FC Inter in Serie A if you're talking Italy, and I like Manchester United in the Premier League. I also like Liga BBVA and La Liga. And La Liga, the Spanish league. I like Barcelona a lot. I'm a huge Lionel Messi fan. I have his poster in my room. And I am also a very huge fan of Borussia Dortmund in Germany. I do not like Bayern Munich, who is one of the best teams in Europe. Yeah. For me, top favorite teams it's FC Inter, though, because I know a lot of people, including my dad, who casually like AC Milan. But I hate Milan. AC Milan. I love FC Inter. For me, it's FC Inter, Manchester United, the New York Red Bulls, Borussia Dortmund, and Barcelona. Here's an interesting one. LAFC is up 2-0 against Houston. Houston's another of those languishing teams in the Western Conference. I believe they're 13th in the conference, right ahead of the LA Galaxy, but the LAFC, that's the other thing. LA has 2 teams, actually. Los Angeles has 2 teams. They have the LA Galaxy, who are languishing, who are just terrible, who is in this game. But they've got the LAFC, also, if you're wondering, FC stands for football club. The Los Angeles Football Club, which is a newer team, I believe they're in their 3rd year, and they are going to And they are 5th in the conference. They look like they're on their way to the playoffs. And they were, I believe, number 1 last year, or number 1 the year before, one of the best teams far away. And they are winning 2-0 over Houston, which is big for them. That actually, there's another team between LA and Houston, and Colorado. I don't know what that. Yeah, FC just stands for football club. That's all that is. It's an old European. I believe it started in England. They started to call it that because they call it football there, obviously. obviously. It really is football. I mean, I'm still going to call it soccer because that's my culture. But I understand the idea. It is football. That's what you're doing. No, I'm calling it. Yeah, I'm calling it soccer. It's soccer to me. But when you hear the argument, I'm not going to argue against it. I don't. First of all, it's stupid to make arguments about stuff like that. But yeah, Los Angeles Football Club is a very good team, and they are right now beating Houston, which is good for their cause. And then behind them is Dallas, Vancouver. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, obviously. But that's the other thing, Josh. The Vancouver team is actually 7th in the Western Conference. They won't they're not going to clinch the Western Conference anytime soon. It's going to be at the end of the season, end of the regular season, which is, I believe, I'll tell you when that is. Oh, Wales is playing the Americans on November 12th. I'm really interested in that. I didn't know that. I'm of Welsh descent. My last name Pfeiffer is actually Welsh, and so Wales is playing America November 12th. I'm really gonna watch that. Thursday, November 12th. It'll be early for you. I may live stream that game. I'm actually thinking I'm thinking that I probably will do that. That's a few weeks from now, but I will probably live stream that game because it's very important to me and my heritage on both sides because I'm a Welsh American. So I find that really cool. But that wasn't what I was looking for. November 8th is, I believe, to look this up. Sometimes there are some rules I don't even know. I believe the last games are going to be around November 12th. But then the playoffs will start November 20th. So we got about a little less than a month left of soccer. I believe they're ready. They're ready to go back. So we got a little less than a month of soccer left. So I just wanted to let you know that your local team, my local team, the two of my local teams actually, NYC Football Club, which I don't like, and Red Bulls, which is my team, have made the playoffs. But I want to say that right now, if the season ended today, which it didn't, here's a break, a chance for LA. There's another shot, and then they score. Mane, it's 3-1. He slid it under and it took a bounce. Portland turned the ball over in 17 seconds in. The LA Galaxies are on the board. And that ball got shoveled right to the Galaxy netminder. Here comes LA looking for more. They're down by 2 now instead of 3. They need to tie it or win it to stay alive in this season. As I was saying, the team in Vancouver, the Whitecaps right now, if the season ended today, which it didn't, are in a spot right now, 7th in the conference, where they could make the play. They haven't had really good their franchise hasn't been terribly great, but this would be a good start for them. Diving to the ground as he made a rush for the LA Galaxy. That was a very interesting play, as he's able to just dive through and come in and do that. That was Abu, actually. No, not Abu. What? Not Abu. Gonzalez, who made the play. Timbers will take it out. And they will move this back. Passed in front. Oh, and checked to the ground was, I believe, Chara. He actually got leveled in front as LA made a play. And here is a trip right there on a Timber. And he is down laboring. This time that was actually Chara. And now they're looking to see if this is yellow card worthy, making sure if he stands up correctly. If he doesn't, then they'll probably flash the yellow card. It's 3-1. It's 3-1. When you left 17 seconds into the game, and I think you missed what I said too, so I'll say it again. But 17 seconds into the half, the LA Galaxy scored a goal off of a horrible Portland turnover. And they kick this one back, and then it will be booted out, as it was almost stolen again. Second half has just been really sloppy by this Timbers team. As I was going to say to you, as the Galaxy player is down, holding his head, still down. As I was going to say to you, the season doesn't end today, but if it did, the team in your city, the Vancouver Whitecaps, right now are 7th in the conference, and if they can find a way to stick in the top 8, they probably at the end of the year, which the season ends at around November 12th, and then November 20th actually will start the playoffs. They would be able to make the playoffs. They're not an incredible franchise. They haven't had too much success, but it would be a great step for them to make the playoffs. Also, the other thing I said that I think also you might have missed was that on November 12th, the Americans national team, men's, are playing the Welsh, and I'm a Welsh American. A lot of my heritage is from Wales. My last name, 5 foot, is actually Welsh. So I am really, really interested in that game at 2:45 Eastern on November 12th. I think I will be live streaming it. Here's a break for the Galaxy. Waits the pass. It flipped in behind him, looking for a cross. Doesn't take it. Goes back and then crosses it in the middle. Headed away cleanly, but then kept in by the Galaxy. Headed on strong. Trying to get a centering pass, and he kicked someone up high, and that'll be a goal, a free kick, because Dos Santos went up to try to play the ball, and he kicked a Timber right in the arm. So here's free kick. Booted along the center, headed down, and it will roll for the Galaxy to take it back to center. And take it away to the side again. Flown on back. And whistled high, and it can be centered away and taken through traffic, intercepted. Still, Dos Santos made a play. Dos Santos still there. He'll get the ball. Dos Santos shooting. Through the header. Can he get it? No. Cleared away, and then taken back by Portland. They'll try to take a rush if they can go up by 3 to make it 4-1. This ball will roll back. Here's the Timbers going on their odd man rush if they can get it. A fallen Galaxy fell by his own and then shoved down. And this might be a yellow card. They're getting really physical, the Galaxy, and they're not doing it. Is this a good game or boring? It's a good game. It's 3-1. It's 3-1. LA was getting outplayed to start this game, but at the start of the half, LA was playing just supreme soccer, and Portland couldn't do anything about it. But now Portland has they're making LA hit the panic button again. The thing is, Portland can beat themselves. If Portland beats themselves, they lose. But if Portland, or they probably lose. If Portland doesn't beat themselves, I don't know if this LA team this year can find a way to win it. They scored! Now was it offside? Portland scored off of a corner dump, and it would have been 4-1. But the play was offside as he went for the free kick, and instead of shooting towards the goal with the wall up, which is usually what happens, he played a pass, and everybody inside feverishly ran right to the goalie, and they were clearly off their line. So LA gets a break there. There isn't a blue line. It's ahead of the ball. You can't be ahead of the ball. What do you mean beat themselves? Do stupid things. Turn the ball over. Stupid penalties. Don't play well. Just basically give them the game. They are too good a team to lose this game or even give up a goal. Well, maybe I'm spiting myself because here comes LA for more, looking for the header. There's a cross blocked. What a block! Pavon had a chance there with a firecracker of a shot. He set up this cross. This was lobbed off for Pavon, who that basically was a one-timer, but it went off the leg. So there will be a corner. LA corner. They need another goal. Looped in front, headed back. Can it be kept? Headed back to center. Portland with a chance. And then they will have their chance. Going to center again. They're going quickly. And will they draw a penalty? None drawn, but Portland keeps it going. Here's the pass to that right line. Moves it across and centered on deep for the header. High. Good deflection by LA, or if he didn't make the deflection, it would have been a goal. Portland keeps it in. Moving it for that front drive, the Galaxy will finally get it out. See if they can front to center, they will. Gets it back, and here come the Galaxy with a rush. Turned over and intercepted. Now Portland's going to move slow. Rolled this one out, and the ball actually hasn't hit the out-of-bounds line quickly. This has been a game where it's been a faster-paced game. There's been chances on both sides, but breaks for both sides, too. Portland 3, LA 1. Corner deep to the side again. Oh, on a play. And an LA Galaxy man went down. Here's an odd man rush for Portland, looking for more. And then kicked away to center. Galaxy turned the ball over again. Here's a chance in deep, trying to make the pass. Goalie wants to go get it, and then it's cleared away by the left back, but kept in by Portland, and then they turn it over at center. And now LA will move up. Back across from the wall, a pass in center again. He dropped it off, held it there. Waits, blocked again. How many times Portland blocked this ball? And a throw in, but Portland was screaming that it was their ball. It was a turnover, but referees don't say anything about that. LA keeps it in the zone. They will need 2 goals. Here we are in the 55th minute, so they've got plenty of time, but they're going to need some more goals if they want this season to mean something. Kicked on away, booted back, headed back by Portland, kept in by the Galaxy. They keep it through and then turned over, then poked to center. It never actually went to center because LA has been making good work on these Portland turnovers. Portland just hasn't played well enough in this second half. They'll do the tap pass. They can't get in the middle. Portland sealed this up. They're playing a stingy defense, not allowing anyone in since those last opportunities have really burnt them. Dropped it off, back from the line. Kept their pass in the middle. Tried to get in interior. They just can't. They're going to have to shoot the ball here, or maybe a cross would be the only way. They're going to go for the cross. It goes right to the goalie's hands. What great defense by Portland. What Portland did here, Josh, interestingly, was they just basically kept everyone at the foul line or whatever you call it, the penalty kick line. And here's LA, another Portland turnover, though. Hold that thought. And now they have interior presence. They'll go back again. Portland tries to go in deep, and now LA's calling for a penalty. They won't get one. And here it was the interesting play again where Portland had the defense going, and now Portland's defense turns into offense. Timbers with the chance. Holds that pass here. LA's going to be hopping mad if Portland scores a goal here because of what was not called a penalty. Dropped it back from the line. Kept in along. Once this play changes possession, I will explain of what Portland was doing defensively that's helped them. LA will take it. Portland's defense was stinged up, and they were sitting at that foul line. Here come the Galaxy, moving in for a rush. Can he make a move? He made a move on one. Made a move on two. What a save! What a save! Oh my God! A cross is when you have the ball on one side of the field. When you're like at the goal, near the goalie, and you want the ball to the other. When you want the ball to the other side of the field by the goalie, kind of like a stretch pass. Like it's kind of like a stretch pass, and you kick it up to loop for a header or another chance on goal. Because if you just kick it straight ahead, it's going to get blocked or sent the other way, or the goalie will stop it. So that's what a cross is. Headed on deep, but LA had a rush there, and they made two terrific plays, and he had to shoot the ball, and that was a header. Save made! Another save made! This goalie has made about 3 fantastic saves. If he doesn't make these 2 saves that he has just made on 2 great LA chances, it's 3-3. This goal, it's still 3-1. This goalie, to show the play that was made here, is how when he made a terrific deep through the legs, and he had a beautiful shot that was just stopped. Glove side with the goalie. Goalie just made a terrific glove save there. But what Portland did not can explain is the ball finally goes out of bounds. What Portland did was they stuck their guys at like that foul shooting line, and LA didn't want to shoot from far because their goalie's really good. So what they did was they stepped at everyone in. So they said, shoot if you want, but we know you won't. If you try to go inside, you're going to turn it over. There is Portland for a chance. Made a move. Holds. Scores. A rolling ball through the legs. Timbers back up by 3. Valerie. Portland Winterhawks, Western Hockey League. And it was Williamson, excuse me, not Belletti. Belletti crashed the crease, but it was Williamson who just snuck the ball right through the legs. And Portland is up 4-1, and the coach of LA is just screaming. And you understand, his team has been playing. Eric Williamson, his 3rd goal this season. I mean, you can really understand the steam coming up in Portland here. You can understand that if you're furious that they've been outplaying. They have been outplaying this team, this great Portland Timbers team. This second half, they scored a goal. They should have had 2 goals, but the goalie made 2 tremendous saves. They just never able defensively turn the ball over. We'll see what they do. Header, save! Goalie just floated right over top of the. All right, so he kicked the ball in for a header, and the goalie went up for the header as well and tumbled over Dominic Hasek style over the defensive player to go and make the save, or it would have been a goal. Unbelievable. The ball got crossed in, that's what I was talking about. He crossed it in, and it went for a header, and the guy was up right in front of the goalie, Tomas Holmstrom style, to try to make a deflection right past him and make it 4-2. And the goalie jumped up over substitution going on right now. The goalie jumped up over the screening player and got flipped to make a glove save. Unbelievable. Absolutely amazing save that he made there. So it's still 4-1. Portland turning it out of their end. Portland's continued, though, as they've been really good offensively as they turn the rush here. They can get out of their zone quickly, but they still have made bad turnovers in their own end. Now you got to start talking about the clock if you're Portland. Because when you turn the ball over, LA gets chances, and they're going to find ways to score goals, and you're got to knock the ball over. So kind of want to work possession in their own because you're right now in the 63rd minute, and you're only about 27 minutes away plus stoppage from clinching a playoff spot. I don't understand this. What do you not understand? Because the defense is just, it's so tight defensively, and there's so much space. You don't get that many chances in soccer to score. This is kind of unusual. It's a very tight defensive game. The defense is very physical and it's very tight. The one guy is able to make that one move and just go past the defenseman and have a great way to score a goal, even though he was stopped on that play. That doesn't happen that often. It's just a sport that prides itself on its defense. You don't cheat or you're going to be sitting on the bench for a long time. And the MLS actually is one of the shortest seasons in all of soccer. Here's a chance for the Galaxy. Crossed it in, and I crossed it to no one. That goes out of bounds. It'll be a goalie kick. And the nets are huge, but you don't have enough space to kind of shoot the ball. Update on LA and Houston. Houston, how about that? Houston drew a handball with in the other game they're showing with a shot off the arm. So they got a penalty kick, like a shootout, a penalty kick, and the goalie stopped it. So it's still 2-0 LAFC, Los Angeles Football Club. Los Angeles trying to do something here. They turned it over again, but then it went off of a Portland leg, so it will still be Galaxy ball. Throwing it back, they've got to get in closer. We'll see defensively how Portland plays. And what they're doing here actually is kind of interesting. I would like that to try to pinch and try to create more turnovers in the LA zone so they can keep the ball in the LA zone and keep this clock moving. Galaxy keep it because they've not been very confident in the second half in their own end, only when they defensively pinch, which they're trying to do now. In the pass there, they go for the cross header, scooped wide, but then kept in by the Galaxy, pushed back, and flown to center again. Galaxy keep it, though. Dos Santos onto the line. Dropped it back. There's no chance for a cross. They'll try to eliminate some space and get the players moving from right to left, and maybe there will be an opportunity for one, but they continue to pinch defensively. Doing the dares to shoot. They're going to have to try to find just get a shot on net. This is the type of game that's been having. You usually don't have that in LA as a careless turnover and then a break pass and a rush for Portland looking for a man. It's a one-on-one he has to go for. Tries to make the move, does. Looks for teammates. Now he'll cross it to the side. A little too far, but then it's handled. Back to the back. Goes on for Chara. And Chara hands it over. Chara to take it through there. A penalty shot stopped in hockey is nothing new. In soccer, it's something crazy. It doesn't happen too often. It doesn't happen that much in a regular season game, though. I mean, not like penalty kicks. It was a penalty shot. You don't see penalty shots happen that much in hockey in the middle of a game anyway. It wasn't penalty kicks. It was an actual penalty shot. Cross there, and here's Portland working for a chance again, and he'll back this one up. Still holds, crossed it in there, holding again. Here's a chance, shot, save, and now there's a penalty coming up. Or was it just an offside? It was not a penalty. It was an offside. Yeah, but it wasn't. We do see shootouts in hockey, but Josh, it wasn't a shootout. It was a penalty shot in the middle of a game. It was during the regulation of the other game that's going on. It was just a penalty shot in the middle of it that would have made it 2-1. Houston, not 2-1 Houston. Houston would have made the deficit 2-1 if he had scored a goal, but the goalie made a big stop. Penalty shots do happen in the regular season in hockey, but it just doesn't happen as much. Soccer doesn't happen as much either. It's just rare because, just again, in both sports, the way defensively tight it is. Here is the lobbing cross too far. Goes to the goalie, pick it up with the glove, so you're not going to do anything there. Right. That's what happened. No, I'm not saying it wasn't penalty shots. It was in the middle. It was a circumstance. Yeah. Happened in the playoffs too. Remember that one year, what was it? A year before last, when Boston made the Stanley Cup final, and the Bruins played the Leafs in Game 1, and that one penalty shot in Game 1, Mitch Marner just completely deked Tuukka Rask in Game 1. That was you see a bunch of power plays. You see that a lot, though. That was a really cool occurrence. This is lobbed in deep. Here's Portland looking for more. 5-1 would just kind of end the season here for the Galaxy. Here's the rush there for Desjardins, blocked. And a Portland corner coming up. AC Milan's playing Udinese in the Italy League in Serie A. I have not been watching, but that is interesting. So obviously I'll be rooting for Internazio, whatever that team's name is. Is that not like AC? Well, I do like AC. I do like air conditioning. That is very comfy. But I don't like AC Milan. Here's the corner. 70th minute. Dropped in there looking for the cross. And it bounced off a few Timbers and not able to go there. They keep it in. And now a penalty is coming up. And this one is close to the circle. This will be a free kick really close to the goal. I don't believe this is a penalty kick. But this should definitely be a free kick. And he was blatantly shoved down. Josh, we're going to argue, but this has to be a yellow card in my opinion. He was shoved in the back. Like he wasn't tripped. The guy just went back by him, waited for him to move, and just, forechecked him down, just shoved him down. They got a free kick, but no card was called. I would have called yellow card. Here's the wall coming up. Goalie stays deep in his net, like really deep. Here's the cross, save made. It was looped high corner. He tried to go post, and a great save by the goalie, and then out another corner. No, actually, that won't be a corner. He was able to loop this by the wall because it was almost deflected by the wall, but he just went high corner, top post, glove side, and this goalie leapt up, made an incredible save. Here's a Timbers corner coming up. Wouldn't be a double minor, just would have been a penalty. Well, I guess maybe. Oh, right, for shoving the back, yeah. They did not call a yellow card. They gave him the penalty, obviously, which we just said was stopped. There's a substitution being made. Here comes Mora into the game for Portland. But it's one of those, it's one of those plays where, to me, like, I don't like when yellow cards are thrown a lot. I think they should not be used that much. But when a guy is blatantly pushed you in the back, it's, that's a penalty. That's not a. They're showing a few of these goals that were just prime scoring opportunities all in the first half too, and the thing with Portland is they've been sloppy in this game, but they've been really nice in the offensive end. Here's a shot and a drive that's blocked. Kept in by Portland, try to pass this one in front, deflected, can't get the shot there, and finally go to the corner there. 72nd minute here. Portland up by 3, would look to go up by 4. This is their second time that they've been up by 3 goals. They're up 3-0 at the start of the second half, and they are now up 4-1. LA trying to get the ball out, turned over. Another turnover. LA is just giving the ball away here. You wonder if there's a time when Nishigata was the one that was substituted. You wonder if LA will kind of hit the brakes and go, we just can't do it. We can't compete with them. I don't think they should. You got to stay the pedal of the metal. And again, you still will play later in the season. If you lose this game, you're not going to the playoffs. That's all. And Portland, another chance. This team just keeps coming with chances and chances. Here's a drive. They score! What a shot! From the right side, you want crossbar. It's 5-1. What a shot. He crossed it over, one-timer, just a ripper. Marco Holo ripped this shot. He gives a shimmy at the end with a celebration with Valeria in the top corner. But what a shot. LA gets the ball. They now trail by 4. It's 5-1 Portland. I'm sure that LA really did play. They were saying possible. I was like, I thought LA was just absolutely hammering Portland early in this second half. But they scored a goal. They couldn't get the 2 tying goals on some great saves, and then Portland was able to go down the field and score 2 big goals on their own. That first one to make it 4-1 was unfortunate and probably should have been stopped. This one was no chance. And look at Portland. They're going for more here. At this point, though, Portland's just got to stop. They just got to kind of keep on the ball, control it, keep it in there, and wait for this clock to tick down all the way. "15 minutes left until the 90-minute mark, and then stoppage time. And because this game is so pivotal, it probably will be around 5 minutes of stoppage time, if not more. This is lobbed in. And taken back. Kicked on back to center. Ken kept along there. Still loose. Continues. LA move up the ball. They turned it over again. It's a lottery, and you know how lottery, with the lotteries, it's the house always wins. in the soccer version of lottery, known as the penalty kicks, the goalie always loses. The goalies have made some incredible saves and also blocked away by Portland. There'll be an LA corner as that shot was coming in close. The whole thing here is that there are chances where it just doesn't. Here's a chance, a shot on goal, and a rebound, put in. He tries to put that one out, and it went to the outside of the net. LA, several chances to make it 5-2. Also, Chris Dunlap's going to Seattle for a Cincinnati Bengals trade. Anyway, I got wrapped up with all this stuff. Anyway, as I was trying to say, there are a lot of great saves goalies have made in the penalty shots, and there are a lot of players that just aren't skilled enough and make bad decisions. But if you can make the right move and you understand the goalie, 9 times out of 10 you probably score, especially when you're in professional. You don't dribble the ball from center because it's so far in soccer. You just get it right on the penalty line. You can't move, but you just have to walk up and fire the ball, which actually is easier than it sounds. And in hockey, obviously, you can move from center and take moves, but they don't do that. Here's the drop pass, taken away and blocked back by LA. Again, though, more rushes for Portland. They've looked really nice in the offensive zone, and LA has had a problem taking them out of it. The Galaxy have had their opportunities all second half to score. They just have also been less efficient, and if they lose, this would be the reason why. Kept back from the line, passed it in the middle, cornered that back, and headed on away. Tried to pinch that one back, and it flowed on through. Here come the Galaxy, looking for a cross. He gets a cross in deep and then headed away by Portland. A Galaxy player went down. Portland Timbers were able to try to get this one through. Headed back, they went for the breakaway, and it was a good defensive play there anyway. And if he had continued, it may have even been offside against LA or against Portland. Excuse me. Houston scored a goal, actually. I haven't shown it, but Houston did score a goal, so it's 2-1 now in favor of the Los Angeles Football Club as a Galaxy player tumbles down to the turf. And the interesting thing here is that the time does not stop. When you'll have stoppage time, but time will not stop now for this injury timeout. So there will be time still going off the clock no matter how. He's right up anyway, so that was actually kind of quick. He's just a little shaken up. The USL Championship final is on Sunday between the Tampa Bay Rowdies and the Phoenix Rising Football Club. That is the AHL Calder Cup final, basically, of soccer. That's the minor leagues. In fact, I don't know if I told you this, but the Red Bulls have a minor league team too, Red Bulls 2, which plays they play by one of the buildings here at campus. Timbers will move it up. Here's that corner pass. Looking for the cross. They have the cross in deep. Save! Made another big save of this goalie. And this goalie had not had to work that much in the first half, but he's had to make some incredible saves in the second half. And he's kept his team in full control with that. Here's that cross that goes in front, and they back it off to the right side. Does not go for the one-timer. Fakes it. Fakes it still. Fakes it. Defended well. Crosses, and then the goalie jumps up to make an easy save. Back down to the middle of the field again. Sent on back. And then cross to the corner again. Throwing from getting ready for the throw-in from the corner as well. There's a substitution going on. Chada's night is done, but what a game he's had defensively. Just been able to lock down. That's his job. He's your lockdown D-back. And here comes Zambrano. Williamson also is off. They're putting in their grinders here to shut down. Konechny also in here for Portland. They're bringing in their grinders to shut down LA. 83rd minute right here. Portland tries to get it out. And then turned over by LA. They know the urgency. And falling down, trying to get back up. They get back up quickly because they're down by 4 goals, and they're going to get 4 with not a lot of time left. Crossed it back. We'll wait to see when they get to 90 minutes and about 6 minutes how much time there will be left. And hurdling a timber down. Chara still out there. I thought Chara went off. I think that was just Williamson. I know. Chara and Konechny both play for the same team, and they are hockey player names. This Portland team's good. I told you. They were able to get Seno Chara and Travis Konechny. Well, Chara and Konechny are actually both on the field right now, playing the left and right back jobs respectively. It was Williamson who went off. Cross back there in front, too far from the goalie. Can he keep it in? He does. He kicks it through, and then Portland kicks it out, but they said that didn't even count because the LA player, when he went to kick the ball and keep it in as it was hurtling towards the out-of-bounds line, his toe hit the end line, so it'll be a goalie kick. Oh, Chelsea just destroyed Krasnodar 4-0, which is not I mean, it really you would have expected that. Fourth goal by Christian Pulisic, the American just superstar, the best American player who's young. He's only like 22 years old, who just scored his fourth Premier League goal, which is tied for the most by an American player. And he's probably going to be one of these great players. He's just like the first real superstar Americans have had in a long time. Philadelphia is playing Columbus tomorrow. Philadelphia trying to clinch home field as far as they will go in the Eastern Conference. The Philadelphia Union have had a decent team for some time, but they've never been able to move it over. They had a decent year last year, one of the better teams, but they were not able to do well in the playoffs. Right now, they're the team to beat in the MLS. This Philadelphia Union team is for real. I've never heard of them either. I've never heard of the team either. I literally have never. It's just from some smaller league. They use that to test them out. They do it in college football too, where they'll put like close to Division II teams out there to like test them. They do that too early in a team season to give them like the cupcake games, and then you get to your harder games in your division conference header, and that one went wide offside because again everyone crashed the net too early. Dortmund won 2-0, which is nice. The UEFA League, actually, it's the European. It's like the European Champions League. I don't think it's the same thing. Oh yeah, it is the Champions League. Yeah, going right now. What's happening right now actually is the Champions League. If you don't know that, that's the World Cup of all of the European teams. Like every great European team is there, including some not so great ones. So your Barcelona's, your Real Madrid, your Atletico Madrid, your Bayern Munich, Dortmund, Manchester United, Manchester City, Liverpool, all those great teams who've had this play each other World Cup style. So doing group stages then, and then they'll do 16, 32, 8, whatever, all that left. So that's what's happening right now. They're in group stages. Oh, that's awesome. I did not see that. That's really cool. I say it's awesome because I don't like Real Madrid. I'm a big Barcelona fan. They've not thrown it in yet. They're having a little bit of conversation about this Halloween and stuff, you know. This is booted back across the corner, went off ahead, and now we are closing in on 90 minutes. Also, Takaris McKinley, defensive end for Atlanta, is not playing tomorrow. Then booted in there for a chance for LA. Here's a shot save. Rebound wide open net. They score. And it's 5-2. The shot that the save was made, the goalie couldn't move, and then a wide open net for a side across shot that went right through into the net. Yeah, if you're hearing the noises, from my phone, my friend's texting me, and I'm getting Discord messages and all sorts of stuff. So I apologize for that. But anyways, I was saying, Portland just made it a 3-goal deficit again, as it is kicked up again and high. There were 2 minutes added to 90 minutes as Portland goes for a shot that wires high over the goal, but the Galaxy goalie has to quickly head it. He kicks it through. The only way, it would have to be 6-5 the final for Portland not to clinch the playoffs tonight. Portland by 3, 5-2. They control the ball, and now they're just going to try to salt this one away. It's a game of keep away against LA, who pursues And now this is kicked and lofted down to the LA goalie, who softly whipped this one through too. Kick deep, a turnover. And Portland was going to go for the odd man rush, but then the referees decided no need to extend the carnage. It's over. Portland is headed to the playoffs. They are going to the playoffs. They win 5-2, and the first team in the Western Conference to be eliminated from playoff contention are the Los Angeles Galaxy. Portland 5, LA 2. The game-winning goal gets scored in the first half. The goal to make it 3-0 Portland. That's your game-winning goal. I had it right there. And so that's the end. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow for football, for the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons, Thursday Night Football. Nothing on Friday. I might do some college football on Saturday. And then back to the old grind on Monday for some more football. See you, everybody. Happy hockey, everybody. Good night.